It is now my esteemed honor to introduce Martin Geller. Please welcome to the stage Mr. Martin Geller, founder and CEO of Geller & Company, part owner of the 76ers, a real role model making a difference with his philanthropy and Jewish activism. Mr. Geller.
Thank you, Eric. You are a tough act to follow. I can't see many of you with the lights, but I can feel your energy, and I saw you before, and it is incredibly inspiring just to see what you, Yaya, did from an idea and a vision, and coming from Portland, Oregon, to the Big Apple, and wanting to make a change and a difference. And I know the impact you've had on my family from helping teach all my children, for going to Israel for the bar mitzvahs. And there are so many people in this city and our community who would not know how to speak Hebrew, who would not go to shul, would not observe the holidays, if it were not for the work of Yaya and Mrs. Wilhelm. So I think we have another round of applause for Yaya. I glanced at the website and I just saw how many spectacular stories there are here. And I really have to applaud you for keeping your focus on giving to the Jewish community and making that a priority. When I grew up, it was really a very different time. And I remember we used to talk about trying to get jobs, and there used to be how many Jews would companies hire? And you used to try to go into colleges, and there were limits. And in a way, what happened was it forced you to really huddle with other Jews. Today, on a positive, society is much more open. I see people in corporate America, companies, there are minions from Mincha, people walking around yarmulkes, there's kosher foods, but in other ways, there is more assimilation, and there is more opportunity to do other things, especially in a city like this of ambition. This is, in a way, an adult amusement park. So the fact that you, with all these opportunities that you have for other things, and it's a bit like every Friday night we bless our children to be like Ephraim and Menashe, too, who in Egypt really kept their Judaism. And in a way here, I think today, in a way it's easier because you have so many more kosher restaurants, too, but you also have so many other restaurants you can go to. So the fact with everything you have in life that you have kept your focus on Judaism, and whatever you've done, you inspire me. For me, I love America. My parents were Holocaust survivors. So for me, if you'd have told me that when I was hustling around selling popcorn, hot dogs in Madison Square Garden, that I used to work double headers. There used to be double headers in my day. So I used to root for the underdog. Those days it was the Philadelphia 76ers. I used to play the Celtics. I rooted for the 76ers. I was usually sad because the Celtics usually won. And I was a vendor, and I also liked the Knicks. And if you'd have told me one day I'd be an owner of an NBA team, I said there is a bridge you could buy. But for me, I really love America. When people ask me what I do, I say I'm very blessed. I'm married to a beautiful woman. We have 5 fabulous children. And they go, what do you do? I really work to help do my part to keep America, Israel safe, and perpetuate Judaism. So I think you should really be proud of all that you do, because when I woke up this morning and I was getting dressed, I'm always playing music. And they have a lot of David Bowie on now, because he sadly passed away, and they have the song Heroes, on. And you could be heroes just for one day, and you can be heroes for more than one day, and you have no idea what role models you are and how people look up to you. The fact that you make Judaism a priority and a focus, in your life. And thank you, Chabad, for all that you do, for all the impact, wherever you go, for all Chabads. I spend my holiday break, traveling around South America. There's a Chabad in Buenos Aires. There's a Chabad in Rio. too. And my kids were in Easter Island. My kids go, is there Chabad? No, Easter Island, there's no Chabad. But too, there are enough Chabads and enough great places. So thank you. That's a sign for me to get off. But thank you all for being here tonight. I think my next move is I am supposed to go ahead and read you the nominees, which I feel lucky and privileged to do for the Open Heart, Open Home. And, okay. Is everybody ready for applause for the nominees? The first nominee is Abigail Briskin. Our second nominee is Basha Kleiman. And our third nominee is Carly Krasner.
From a young age, Abigail Briskin was taught by her parents the true meaning of Hachnasit Orchim. Abigail has followed in her parents' footsteps, hosting Shabbat and holiday meals. She has a warm and inviting manner that makes others feel right at home. Abigail loves helping people and has dedicated her life as a social worker to helping people with mental health challenges believe in themselves and achieve goals such as getting their GED, a volunteer job, paid job, and others. When Abigail decided to run the New York City Marathon, she was asked by the Achilles Track Club if she could run with a blind man. Abigail ran the whole 26.2 miles with him. Abigail has also been involved in Jewish outreach, volunteering her time during summers to teach Jewish children and adults about their Jewish heritage at camps in Kharkov, Ukraine, and Poland, and has also been involved in raising money for Lev Lalev Orphanage in Israel. For Basya Kleiman, making others feel welcomed and included is a constant goal. When she feels a newcomer needs to be reached out to or hears that a friendly face could make a difference, she does her best to invite them to an activity or Shabbat meal. She organizes and teaches at the weekly East Side Torah class and regularly visits patients in the hospital on Shabbat. At each event she hosts, she makes sure that each person walking through the door feels comfortable and a part of the community. Carly Krasner is a lawyer living on the Upper East Side of Manhattan, but her true passion is cooking and hosting people in her home. Carly is inspired by the warmth she learned growing up with her mom and aunts, whose hospitality and hostess skills, along with the teachings of her ancestors, have inspired her to have a warm, open home. Carly hosts weekly Torah and tea classes for women in the Chabad community, and has taught many of her friends and other community women the art and mitzvah of baking challah, and frequently hosts Shabbat and holiday meals for friends, old and new, in her home.
Wow, what three fabulous nominees. And my job here is to announce the winner, who is Abigail Briskin. Congratulations. We're learning now in the Torah, how the Jews are getting out of Egypt, and they were slaves, and they get the gift of time, too, and all of a sudden they are free, and it's how to use your time. Well, Abigail, you are an inspiration to our community for how to use your time. So thank you for volunteering so much. Thank you for your good heart, your good soul, and your talents, and what you do for our people in our community. And congratulations on the special awards.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. I am humbled to receive the Open Heart, Open Home Award and to be nominated along with Basya Kleiman and Carly Krasner. If there is anyone who truly deserves this award, it is Devorah and Rabbi Wilhelm, who have opened their hearts and home to the Upper East Side young professionals community, hosting Shabbat meals every week, even though they are busy with 4 beautiful, young, adorable children. They have also given us the opportunity to attend weekly inspirational Torah classes, monthly happy hour, holy hour, and other amazing programming. As someone who is passionate about Jewish outreach and as a recipient of this award, I would like to pass on to you the message of opening your heart and home to fellow Jews who may have never been to a Shabbat meal. We all have the ability to bring our fellow Jews closer to their Yiddishkeit and inspire them. Look for opportunities to reach out to fellow Jews. Invite your coworker or neighbor to a Shabbat meal, or bring them to a Torah class or challah bake, or bring them to happy hour, holy hour. Thank you everyone for coming here tonight and for your votes. I really appreciate your support, and may we continue to support our incredible Chabad Upper East Side community.